Welcome back to Death Curse Society. We've got some more Stories Around the Campfire.
Amanda!
We recently got to check out the movie on Shudder, The Dark and the Wicked. Plagued by waking nightmares, two siblings suspect that something evil is taking over their family at an isolated farmhouse. Colonel, what do you think about this one?
I think I had a little higher hopes for this movie going into it. Then when I got with the finished product, I was expecting a nice slow burn, which we kind of got. You know, it's a paranormal movie, par for the course, as I was expecting. It just really didn't grab my attention. I mean, there's parts where I just got fucking bored. Now, when you have the ghost and, like, especially the dead mother coming back to the son and all that, I mean, it had some freaky elements to it, some real scary elements. The musical score I thought was great. Like, it really did a great job building up the tension. The story just wasn't there for me. I'm so disappointed to say that. It's just, it's so much potential to be great, and there's great aspects to it. There's times where next thing our reactions, pick up my phone, check something real quick, and I go back.
Yeah, I'm a lot like you in this respect. This was one of those movies I was dozing off watching. This one was hard for me to get through. Ziggy, how about you? Initial thoughts on The Dark and the Wicked?
I disagree with you guys on this one. This is your classic devil finding some people that aren't really believers in God, and someone realizing what's happening, and they're kind of documenting what's happening. And listen, a lot of this isn't explained very well at all of why it's happening. All you really need to know is there's a demon devil out there. The kids come back to the house because dad he's on a breather, he's on oxygen, he's unconscious. Mom's taking care of him, but mom has got fucking problems. Mom has got huge problems. It's a goat farm too, by the way, in rural Texas, another rural out in the middle of nowhere. The kids come back. You find out they're not believers in God at all. It's up to you. This is another one that has interpretation to it because they don't really ever tell you what the fuck is coming for them and stuff. But I mean, it is creepy. It is good. Very much a slow burn. The soundtrack is excellent. A couple of times, they attempt that weaker jump scare where it's just something appears in the background. I thought they missed a little bit with that, like some of the music cues. But I mean, overall, man, it's a pretty nice package. However, as it started to go on, and again, I could not get past the brother in this movie, could have been the Colonel's bearded menace brother. I could not get past this the whole fucking movie. I was like, God damn it. There's Colonel again. This movie isn't by far the worst thing. I do think it's better than the Wrong Turn thing we just talked about, but for different reasons. Maybe because I was raised into Catholic religion and stuff like that. I'm familiar with a lot of this stuff that they talk about. You know what I mean? So, and that's the point to scare you. What I like about it is like the demon chooses things to fuck with the people, like in a harsh way. It's very mental, and the things you have to face and see would grind most people out. You would just go mad from the sight. So I appreciated that a lot. It does fade quick in the end, and the payoff not so much. This isn't a bad watch, man, for that kind of spooky, kind of religious overtone kind of movie here. This is not the worst.
This is one I'm probably going to go back and rewatch at some point because normally religious and demonic undertone movies, I dig those a lot, normally. And this one, for some reason, just like Colonel said, just didn't grab me. I don't know what it was yet. Well, what did you guys think about the effects in this movie? There was a scene where someone is basically cutting their own fingers up like carrots. I thought that was pretty well done. Did you guys appreciate some of the other effects, Colonel?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of liked seeing the rotting corpse of the mother. I could not get past that CGI spider.
Yeah.
That every time that was on screen, that just irked me. I don't even know why.
Look, man, the little baby meme going around with the spider comes out of the baby's mouth and it starts smacking the shit out of himself looks better than these spiders.
Yeah, exactly. It looked like a fucking Instagram filter or some shit.
Yeah.
It was just terrible. Don't let that fool you. A lot of the effects are pretty good. Now, I really dug the hospice caretaker. I enjoyed her scene quite a bit until she started blinking. And I'm like,
I caught that too.
Fucked up. Like, now I'm totally out of it.
Well, you can't put a 4-inch spike into your eyeball, knitting needle, and then Yeah, you can't blink at that point. You got to have a couple of sockets there with some ooze coming out. I tell you what, I was absolutely cringing when that chick started hacking her fingers up when she was cutting that carrot, because this is the only time they did practical effects. It's spectacular. It is good. Whatever they used, perfect. And they even glued little fingernails on it and shit. It's fucking horrible, man. It's that kind of disturbing. You know what I mean? These people are getting so taxed with this fucking demon and what it's doing. Shit starts going haywire in a quick. You got to kind of grab onto that and just go with it. You know what I mean? Just take that as like they're being tortured by something from beyond.
This is one of those movies that you almost can't trust anything that's happening in it to be a part of its reality because everything is just a demonic occurrence. Those can be tricky films to make. What did you think of the acting in this film? Ziggy, did you appreciate it? Was it all right?
It was all right. They never take you out of it with bad acting, something we frown upon around here, and they carry their roles fine. There are lessons here, I guess, that it's trying to teach. It's one of the slower burning stories we've done in a while. If you're into that whole demonic presence being around, and especially on a rural farm in Texas, this is for you, totally. The acting will not take you out 100%.
Except for the blinking.
Well, when someone stabs themselves in the eye with a knitting needle, you do expect to see less blinking. I will give you that.
The acting was adequate. I mean, like Zach said, it did the job. The acting wasn't so bad. It took me on the story. Like I said, it's just the minutes upon minutes of talking and nothing really just pulled me out of the fucking story. It had nothing to do with the acting. It's just they just kept going on and on and on. Oh, I found mom's diary. Oh yeah, what's it say? Demons. We need to get dad out of here. This ain't good for him.
Yeah, but
I found these crosses from Sunday school in your mom's pocket. You want to keep them? We didn't go to church. We don't believe. Like, that's the fucking movie. Sorry. One of Crank's like...
This is why the Colonel is not an Academy Award-winning actor, ladies and gentlemen.
I did better than some.
Colonel, why don't you start with the rating on this one for The Dark and the Wicked?
Slow burn, spiritual / paranormal movie. Great soundtrack. Adequate acting, some decent scares. Story leaves much to be desired. I really thought about this. I'd have to give this score a 5 out of 10.
He went there, didn't he?
You know what? I'll allow it. Let it go, man.
Somebody give him a hand. Ziggy, you got a number for this?
Yeah, 2 open spots on the show for these fucking guys I just fired. Fuck, man.
What did I do?
You just said give him a hand. You think I didn't hear that? Compared to what we've been watching, I mean, now we're getting to be 6-8 movies into this thing. The ones we saw last week, I didn't like as much as this one. So based on that religious connection to it, I thought it was pretty good. And it's creepy enough. It will get your hair standing up slightly here and there. And that's worth it. So this movie, from me, will get a 6.5.
I found myself not being able to focus on this one for some reason. I'm normally a fan of slow burns. I'm normally a fan of religious undertone movies, which this one started out like. And I thought, hell yeah, this is right down my alley. And then, like Colonel said, the story just kept dragging so much. This one for me is just going to get a 5. Tell us we're wrong, though. The Dark and the Wicked is available now on Shudder. Go watch it, check it out, and then come back and let us know what you think in the comments below.
Well, thanks for going camping with us. Why don't you tune in next week for another camp trip with Death Curse Society?
Yeah.
I'm using that, you know.
What?
Hey, this is David Howard Thornton, Mr. Art the Clown himself from the movie Terrifier, and you're watching Death Curse Society.
The Death Curse Society has just become an associate producer on the film.
Yes.
Bravo. Death Curse Society, guys, is so awesome. I met the guys, all 3 of the guys, at Indianapolis last year for Horror Hound. And I met those dudes, and I gotta tell you, like, I hung out with them. We took pictures. I signed some stuff. They gave me a T-shirt. It was awesome. They are awesome guys. So super cool. I am so glad to have them on board this campaign and also on board the film. And now they are going to be IMDb credited as producers on this movie.
What up? It's the Colonel Death Curse Society. If you enjoyed that video, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And I punched the numbers in my computer. The computer don't lie. If you don't subscribe and watch more videos, you may be a dead fuck. So be sure to click over here for more videos from Death Curse Society.